YouTube, what's up? We have some cars here we're going to look at. This is some haulage from today. These two cars are not from today, but we'll look at the cars from today. I'm going to try to run this video in 15 minutes. So this is the Kosho Honda. It's the S800 Roadster. And then next to it we have the S800 Coupe hardtop from Tomica Limited Vintage. So I think it surprises me that I'm going to say this, but I think Kosho wins. Here's the TLV front end. It looks great. Here's the Kosho front end. It looks better. And these dark cars are drowning out the light. Let's take those off real quick. See if that helps. Not really much. Anyways, the back of the cars, again, I think Kosho wins. Translucent lens taillights, painted insert taillights. So the TLV is still a really nice car, but Kosho got it better in my opinion. I like the hood. I like the slope angle of the hood a lot better on the TLV. And these could be different years, so they could be subtle differences in the cars anyways. But I thought it was pretty cool to get one example of each. That's why with the TLV, I wanted yellow because I wanted it to match the Kosho Roadster. Okay, the rest of this is stuff that I picked up today at a local honey hole, if you want to call it that. This actually came in the mail. I'm hubbing for an international collector currently, temporarily. And this is something he bought that I got shipped here today. It's a beautiful car. They just don't make green machines like this anymore. At least it doesn't seem like they do. Some new green machines are nice. They look really nice like this, but it doesn't seem like all of them do. And this is how all old green machines looked. They all just popped. You know, the green on old greenies is as brilliant as the red on ultra reds. Okay, so one at a time. I got this. I have to show this. Matchbox Toyota Tacoma for the Oddball Toyota collection. I used to have this, but I got rid of it because I got rid of everything that was non-civilian. But since I now collect Toyotas, I had to have it back. And it was super cheap. Also, another cheap mainline that I picked up today is this Ferrari 250 GTO, which I believe I have in red, but I don't have in yellow. It's a nice casting. It has taillight detail, the gas cap, lots of detail on it for a mainline $1 car. I like the stance, the proportions. I like the wheel choice. I like that it doesn't have staggered wheels. So it's a nice little Matchbox Ferrari. Okay, now we get into the good stuff. I'm going to show the dark cars first because they're drowning out the light. So a few videos back, I showed you guys a 5-car Subaru assortment of dealer exclusive cars that are only available at Subaru dealerships in China, I think. It might be Japan, but it's somewhere across the pond. They come on packaging that looks like this. I know these are not available in the US. If they are, it's only at select dealerships. The dealerships in my area does not carry these because I've checked. Aero Pro Promotions out of New Hampshire. So the card is pretty cool because you have a real picture of real houses and these cars from, you know, so here we are at 3 inches away. Okay, you go back to 10 inches, 12 inches away, and it looks as good as a Kosho. But you get close to it and you can see that it's not a premium detailed car, although it's still a very nice car. They're scale accurate, they're proportioned correctly, they have proper stance, they have prototypical wheels. Even though the tires are plastic, they still do have authentic OEM wheels. These cars are also painted in factory colors, actual Subaru colors. It might even be the same paint. So all the trim detail is done. The grill detail is done. It looks great. The Subaru logo. Got your little fog lights up underneath. This is the Subaru Ascent, which is a model I did not have. I only got the original 5. I haven't gotten any of them that have come out since then, and there have been a few. Like there was another Crosstrek that came out in orange. There was a Subaru Impreza rally car. So there are a few that are out there that I don't have. But I didn't have the Ascent. Since I didn't have it, I wanted it. He had the orange Crosstrek, but I've already got it in blue. So it's a great looking car. I love it. All right. CM's Diecast. I've had this in white before. I've also had it in purple. Sold both. And now I'm glad to have it back because I like the CM's silhouette. Actually, I had the purple one I had was Kosho. The white one I had was CM's. This is CM's. I think I like the CM's a little better than the Kosho for this car. Nice prototypical wheels. Got a nice stance. Well proportioned. Translucent lensed taillights. The car is called a Silhouette. It's got a great looking silhouette. So I'm not a big Lamborghini fan. This is heading toward, it's going to go to Champion DJK. The only premium detailed Lamborghini that I have is a Kosho Diablo. There are some older Lambo castings that I'd like to get from Kosho. I'd like to get a nice Countach. I actually have a couple of Miras coming my way from a trade. But the modern Lamborghini stuff does nothing for me. But this is a cool car, and I'm happy to have it back in my collection. I'll probably keep it this time around because these are pretty expensive to buy off of eBay, like 20 or 25 bucks. I got it for less than half of that. This is a Johnny Lightning casting that I didn't have. And I have to say, by Johnny Lightning standards, this one is pretty nice. It's definitely got the nicest stance of any of the import cars that I have from Johnny Lightning. Doesn't have one of those silly, goofy stances. The base, I think, is spun proper, so it doesn't have an offset base. The gold wheels, I don't know. They look okay. The headlight and taillight detail are money. Not a big fan of the carbon fiber hood because usually those will throw the scale off. But the headlight and taillight detail look great. And that is a testament to round 2. Because I'm pretty sure if you look at the pre-round 2 Subaru or Mitsubishi Lancer, it probably doesn't have these headlight tampos. In fact, I would venture to guess that round 2, with all of the new import cars, probably designed new tampos for the head and taillight details. I'm not stating that as a fact. I'm just speculating that I think that might be the case. The taillights look phenomenal. Almost convincing of lensed taillights. And carbon fiber spoiler, which looks a little bit, looks like it swoops a little bit. I don't know if it's normal or not, but anyways, I wanted one example of every Johnny Lightning import car, and this is one that I didn't have. I might get this in a lighter color if I ever come across one for cheap, but for now the black one will do. This is a Kosho. It's a Fiat Dino Spider, and I'm not positive, but I think this was designed by the same Italian design firm that did the F40. I'm going to Google the name because I always forget. I don't want to. This design firm did, they've done pretty much every Italian car. They've done Lancia. They've done Fiat. They've done Ferrari. They've done Lamborghini. Okay, let's see here. So the F40 was designed by Leonardo Fioravanti and Pietro Camardella, I don't know the Spanish or Italian, but anyways, the design firm is Pininfarina. That firm is responsible for some of the most iconic cars ever to come out of Italy. Alfa Romeo, Peugeot, even General Motors, Maserati, Daewoo, Hyundai. So some other automotive manufacturers have contracted them. Yeah, their designers were well-known artists. They were artisans. Jay Leno talks about them all the time. And it's weird to think that these companies would outsource those types of things. Think of Chevy and GM or Ford or Dodge doing that. I know it said GM. They might have done it on, I don't know, the Corvette or something like that. But by and large, they all employ their own designers. All of that stuff is done in-house. Back in the day, the Italians were having a lot of their cars designed by that firm. And I think this car was part of that. Because this looks just like a Ferrari Dino. Very similar. Yes, there are differences, but it looks pretty darn close. So I can't say with certainty that this car was done at that firm, but I believe it might have been. And, you know, I'll look at it when I'm done with the video. So it's a really nice Kosho car. It's the right color. I'm glad that it was red. With the Kosho that I end up acquiring from the Toy Pimp, it's just a matter of what color does he have available. That's the color I'm going to end up with. And in this case, it happens to be the right color. This little Fiat is awesome. I love from Kosho the classic Italian stuff. For the classic Japanese stuff, I prefer TLV. Kosho makes a lot of nice classic Japanese stuff. but I prefer TLV. But for classic European stuff, Kosho dominates. It'll be interesting at the end of the month when we all get our Tomica limited vintage Ferraris to compare those to the Koshos. This is a sick looking car. Look at these wheels. Looks so good. Those almost look like Lancia wheels. That's a sick little car. I am very happy to have that in my collection. This car here I almost forgot about. This is probably 1 to 68 scale. I think from a length standpoint it is scale accurate, but from a width standpoint, the Century I think is a little bit wider. But this is a Toyota Century. It was acquired for my oddball Toyota collection. Because it's definitely an oddball. Metal body, plastic base, plastic wheels and tires, which look like they might be an attempt at some prototypical wheels. There are no markings or text on the base whatsoever, but it's definitely a Toyota Century limo. And it's a pretty cool little car for my oddball Toyota collection. I have some cars in that collection that would really have a Toyota enthusiast scratching their head. Like I have a 1 to 64 scale Sequoia. I mean, good luck finding one. Someone sent one to me. And whoever did that, thank you, by the way. I love that car. I think it was Andrew Jaremko, actually. Dude's been very active with this channel. Very supportive of this channel. Yeah, he sends me a Toyota Sequoia. Try finding that casting. It's the only one that was ever done, and it's impossible to find. Impossible. And when you find one on eBay, it's a cheap little Maisto type of a car. Plastic, plastic, plastic. But if you find one, it's like 20, 25 in crappy condition. Yeah, it's really weird. Here's the last car. This is a casting that I already have, although I don't have this livery. And I wanted this livery because the one that I have is a radio station deco. This is the JAF deco, which is the Japanese Auto Federation, which is basically their version of our AAA. That's why you have the safety light on top. That's why you have the reflective bumpers. You have little foghorn cones mounted on the front fenders, which my other Land Cruiser does not have. I was going to sell the other one, but I think I'm just going to keep both because I love Tomica Limited Vintage and I love Toyota. And they're both kind of expensive castings. This one is definitely more expensive. So like all other Tomica Limited Vintage castings, this one has transparent lensed headlights. I think it has translucent lens taillights as well. Yep. Awesome detail. Incredible detail. So I could set up a nice little scene with this car and that Nissan Atlas. And thought about doing that. I also thought about doing a military base scene because I have an Ertl 1 to 64 scale Huey helicopter. So I thought it would be cool to make a little military base diorama with a little helipad and some little military trucks. So I have some ideas popping around in my head I'm thinking about doing. We'll see what happens. These can be pretty time consuming to make. So I didn't want to go over 15 minutes. I meant 20. So you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support this weekend. All the purchases of all that awesome stuff I found at the show. And thank you for viewing my videos and commenting on them. I did make a lot of money on the stuff that I found. Somebody commented and said, well, by the time you pay for your hotel and everything, you didn't make anything. That's not true. I made enough money to pay for my gas, my food, my hotel, all the diecast I bought at the show, and then I had a little bit left over. So yes, I did awesome. I probably made 2.5 times, maybe 3 times my money. Actually, no. Yeah, I made about 3 times my money. And that's with paying a $50 vendor fee to get in. So sometimes I get irritated when people comment on my channel stuff that they assume is fact. Like that 1:18 scale Ferrari F40. Somebody's like, no, that's the Maisto Barago casting. Or it's the Barago tooling. It's not the Barago tooling. It's not even close. It's totally different. Totally different. So, anyways, but whatever. I mean, everybody knows everything. And I'm wrong a lot too, but I would never comment on somebody's video something to be factual unless I was 100% sure. And maybe these people think they're 100% sure. I don't know. But they're definitely not. Let me say this. I would never comment something on someone's channel as fact without being able to factually back it up. And sometimes there are comments made on my videos that cannot factually be backed up. Now, that's not to say I don't appreciate it. I love the comments. I love the interaction. I love the support, and I don't want to alienate any of the fans of my channel. So, you guys that made those comments, don't take this personal. I just think it's funny. That's all. What I don't like is people asking, send me cars. Send me this and that. Here's my address. That will piss me off. Go somewhere else. Just people looking for handouts, it just bugs me, man. I mean, at least tell me a joke. Do a magic trick. Nothing comes for free. You got to earn it. That's my rant. All right, I'm out, guys. I'm 8 minutes over what I wanted to be. So you guys take care. I will holler at the next Diecast video.